which are now complete. You can see all the results at various pages. Let me see. Sorry, I'm just this didn't work correctly. Let me just get my act together here. And okay, well, let's launch. Right. Graphics grid row heights. Oh boy, I was upset about this again.
So we never changed graphics grid
How
to
come?
have the same height. I think we discussed it briefly, and I think it's a possible thing.
Well, we should fix it.
And
I mean, this is a mess.
right. I mean, so the one main question I have is, should every row have the same height, or should it just be everything within a row has the same height?
Okay, we have exactly this issue with grid, and there's an option called equal rows, I think, in grid. Right? You know what I'm saying?
That does vaguely sound familiar.
Somebody needs to not have their audio on so we can hear typing.
Sorry, that was me.
Let's see. What's it called? I know there's an option for this.
Rows equal.
Where is it an option?
It looks like it's an option to grid box, but not grid.
Really?
Rows equal has a ref guide page, so
Why would it not be in
that's what it
grid?
says.
Huh. Huh. Well, I mean, those options exist then.
Okay,
And
cool.
it's a separate LCC discussion whether,
They should get promoted to grid.
yeah. But I think whatever the default is in grid is what we should do for graphics grid.
Okay.
What is the default in grid? I think the default
I'm
in
guessing
grid,
it's false.
yeah, I'm guessing it's false as well. I think it'll look stupid to not have it be false.
Right.
But it is a grid in the sense that, for example, when there's a narrow one here, its whole column has to be the same width. You know, it has to be the width of the widest thing in the column.
Right. So if you scroll down a little bit,
I mean, okay, so we have a thing. What's it called? The thing that does it sort of Pinterest style.
we do not have an actual Pinterest layout that I know of.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We have it's Oh my
We have
gosh.
multi-column, right? Which does a similar thing.
But multi-column isn't quite the Pinterest thing.
I thought we had a thing that we developed for graphics that does exactly this, that we use, or maybe it's only for web deployment.
Maybe.
But we definitely need that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So this is, I mean, it's not graphics grid. It's, what do we call it? Graphics. But you know,
I mean,
okay.
it's a column sort of thing almost, because
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure that we have a way of doing this for web deployment. What the heck is it called?
I mean, I think we use it for, like, the examples.
Yeah, we use it for a
repo
bunch
type
of things.
stuff.
Web
Gallery, web gallery. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, it's gallery view, right? I think it's called gallery view, and I think it's a user interface element. I'm pretty sure. What? These are stupid examples. Oh my gosh.
And those are all cloud screenshots.
The same size. So no, but this is a cloud deployed thing. So
Right.
gallery view.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what I was saying, is that it's a cloud thing and we don't have the desktop implementation at present.
That's really boring. I think we had intended to do this on the desktop and we just didn't do it.
0.5 comma 2 or something.
Why on earth is that grayed out? The copy hyperlink, why is that grayed out? That is a bug. Please report it.
Will do.
I think that was an issue. Your prototype's a little bit old, like a few days, week or something.
And why on earth is this not working? Why is that not working? Did it finally work? Okay, I don't know what this is doing. That's a lousy view. I think we could potentially call this graphics gallery if we called it, in terms of the name of the thing.
Right.
And it could have a couple of options, but I think that primarily it would be this column-based thing.
And it would just take a list. It wouldn't need 2D grouping.
I guess that's right, but then it would have to take a number of columns.
I mean, it could go both ways, right? You could give it a nested list structure, or you could give it.
Yes. So you could go to one-dimensional list and information on the number of
columns and.
Well,
yeah.
actually, the 2D list structure is a little odd because really, what it is. Oh, I see. It's really a list of columns that you want. That's what you want to give it, but it could be. You could do the same gallery-ish thing in rows as you can in columns. Have a think about this. There's clearly something we need. Make sense?
Yeah. No, I was thinking, like, even if you specified rows, it might, internally do a transpose and place them column-wise or something.
No, you don't want to do that.
I mean, not quite, but like.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Now, if you have a tabular of graphics, it should do something sensible as well. Does Graphics Grid do something sensible with a tabular of graphics?
I don't think it does at the moment.
Okay,
I think it's just
should.
lists of lists.
Okay. Well, it should also do something sensible with an association.
In
fact, graphics, all of those things should do something nice with an association. In fact, that would be an interesting way. Now that I think about it, I've all these years been using labeled with Graphics Grid and so on to put labels on, but why not have something where you can have rules for the labels? Do you see what I'm saying?
That might be nicer in some ways, but
right. Just like list plot allows you to do that. Why don't we support the same syntax as list plot as a way of labeling things here? In graphics row, graphics column, graphics grid, graphics gallery.
All those things, yeah.
Okay. Now this is actually important stuff. So what's the question here that you have specifically?
I mean, the question I had specifically was the, row, per row or for all rows.
No, I think the answer is you take the max for columns and the max for rows, right?
Yep.
The obvious thing. And you avoid the silliness type stuff.
Right.
Now, presumably there's an alignment option, which within the columns and rows would tell you everything goes to the right within each column, for example.
Right.
Okay.
And so there's plot grid, which is closer to what we were just discussing. I mean, so what will happen is
no plot grid would do this. That's quite nice. I mean, plot grid does what I would want graphics grid to do in this case.
I think so, yes.
Okay, so that's the way to do it. Okay.
The next topic is one we've sort of discussed, and we have some implementation now.
Right. Okay.
But before we roll it out, get
so
an
this
updated
is the
round
old
of feedback,
one, right? And this is the new one.
There's a manipulate a little bit further down if.
What does that mean?
So we have two mechanisms to constrain a scaled point size that has been implemented. One is a graphics level option, which is that first one. So graphics size constraints goes to, and then it takes an association with keys that are, what's the minimum point size, what's the maximum point size, extend it to minimum thickness, maximum
really putting
thickness.
in graphics box options? I thought that was just graphics size constraints with the top level option.
It would be a top level option of
list plot
of graphics and thus list plot. But to use it within style, so that I could just affect everything in that list all at once.
I see. But you could put it in. You expect to be able to put it into list plot itself.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's a min-max point size.
Right, and so that 2,5 in the point size.
But I don't understand. Is that absolute?
Yes,
sizes?
those are absolute sizes.
But that's really confusing because the 0.01 is obviously not an absolute size.
Correct. That's a scaled thing.
But isn't there an absolute point size as well?
There is.
What happened to our absolute wrapper? I mean, in other words, or your point is that it makes no sense to have it be a relative point size that is in that second argument because it's the constraint.
Correct. Right. The first one is scaled, always has been.
Yeah.
And so.
An absolute
then we have the constraint of I don't want it to get too small visually or too big visually.
Okay, so wait a second. So absolute point size has only one argument because there's no funny business with scaling the plot, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so this is really a combo point size, absolute point size, because if that second argument was 2,2, then that thing is 2 points in size, and that's all there is to it.
Correct.
So what does it do? It limits.
I mean, it's effectively like a clipped point size.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. I think I agree with this. I mean, this is basically a way of grafting in, like a bit like offset. It's a way of grafting in an absolute thing into a relative thing. See what I'm saying?
Kind of. I mean,
if I just say 2,2, right, then it will be of point size 2. That's
correct.
Okay, that's what I mean. This is absolute, right? Mm-hmm. And so if I say absolute point size of 2, it will be equivalent to the thing with that second argument of 2. Right?
Yes.
Now, in terms of the actual parameter values,
I think 2 is a little bit too small for the smallest.
Well, I don't know whatever it's doing here. I mean, is this active, the 2.5, or is that not?
Yes, that is active.
I don't have a problem with the smallest size. I can still see it.
Okay, if the 2's okay, then Two's
I don't
okay.
think I have a problem at the largest size either. I mean, I think maybe we can go to 6 here.
If you scroll down a little bit, there's a manipulate that.
This is that same 2.5 thing.
Yes.
Sort of like that.
Correct.
Really? This doesn't look like this those ones look larger than these ones.
So part of what listplot does is the scaled size it uses depends on how many points there are. So
I see.
When there's 10 points, they're relatively large. When you have 10,000 of them, by default they're much smaller. I mean, maybe not much, but
those are too big.
Right. I mean, and that's not constrained. Right. And those are the unconstrained sizes. So
I don't understand the unconstrained size. What are you talking about? Well, I mean, maximum size changing it.
I mean, so the default setting for that manipulate had a maximum size that was larger. That was effectively infinite as far as it was concerned.
Okay. Well, I think those points were too big. So I think this is about something like that is about right.
Can you click the plus icon so I can see the values? Right around 5. Yeah.
I wouldn't go larger than this. Anybody want to comment on that? Jeremy, anybody else want to comment on that?
By default, no, I don't think so. Is this a setting for users as well as just us?
Yeah. It's this graphics size constraints thing.
It worries me that we need to manipulate to tweak the settings here.
Well, no, I mean, so the users will be able to set this option.
There's just a bit of guessing at what that scaled size is and how it relates to the fixed size, right? You kind of have to know your way around sizing.
Size. This is an absolute size. There's an absolute size constraint. And I know, Jeremy, since we just agreed you were doing something else, that you can't be expected to pay full attention to this.
Yeah, right. But I'm just saying, you start with the scaled size and it's, presumably somewhere in the middle of your fixed sizes.
Yes.
Is that right? But you kind of have to guess at what that ratio is. I guess you have to do that to pick a point size anyway. I typically just put one in and just keep tweaking it until it looks right.
As does everybody, to some extent.
Yes. Okay. I mean, I think this max size 5 is reasonable.
Okay, and you thought the min 2 was also reasonable.
I did. So I think we're good there.
Cool.
3D. Do we have a similar issue? Let's plot 3D.
I don't remember. You two, have you done the? Or was this James? This was James, wasn't it?
I would believe it's use the same code. So,
could you please use a microphone that we can actually hear you two?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Not really. You sound like you're in a cave. We're not supposed to do that.
Okay.
Thank you. Please don't do that. Okay. Go ahead. Go on. What were you saying?
Yeah. I think I believe 3D should also works.
Okay. So this is going to work. Is that true?
You'll need to change the graphics box options to graphics box 3D options, I think. Is that the right? Graphics 3D box options, sorry.
This point. Everywhere.
So again, graphics.
Graphics 3D box options.
No,
what does it look
this
like
wasn't done
without?
correctly. This was not done correctly. Those are not changed. The sizes are not changed right here. So, okay, what's happening? So we got to solve this in 3D.
Can you do that? Can you copy out your list of the 3 plots from the style and evaluate it on its own? I'm just...
Sorry, the list of the 3 plots.
So the same input, but without the style wrapper. So we can see what the 3D looks like when it theoretically isn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not doing a damn thing.
Well, I mean, and now do... Okay, yes, thank you.
No effect.
Okay.
Yeah, I will checking. Yeah.
So with respect to all the sizing stuff, what about mesh, arrow, all, and so on? Can we make sure that this flows through correctly and all that stuff?
I think so. I mean, that'll be affected by thickness, parameters instead of point size, of course, but I think the same concepts apply.
I mean, for curves, it's points.
Yeah. Right. I mean, mesh on plot would be points.
I think we should see some examples because I'm not completely certain that the sizes will be the same.
I was just thinking that you might want
more bigger points because you've got a line going through them and the points may drown in the line.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just also thinking that maybe, so that we have these settings for, sort of graphics level, but maybe things like list plot or whatever extend it and add keys for min mesh point size or max mesh point size or something.
Sorry, I spaced out here because I was looking at a comment on the live stream about adding an operator form multi-column. That won't work because we already have a one argument form of multi-column. Sorry, back to what you were saying, Pat.
Right. What I was saying is that we may want to have the viz functions add additional keys for specific elements that we want constraint control over.
Yes.
So.
I think so. But I predict, I mean, let's get the points working, but let's, I think we're going to need all kinds of things like this as we change size, like the mesh line sizes, all this kind of stuff.
Right.
Okay. All right. What's next?
That's it for today.
Brett, does that apply to plot range padding? Other types of padding?
That would be a separate thing.
Okay.
And I don't think it will necessarily be the same mechanism. Or at least doing it with the same type of mechanism is more complicated, I think.
Now, you did fix this, right? If I say aspect ratio arrow 1/8.
That is in a separate branch that is being worked on.
But it is fixed here. This is fixed here.
Is it?
I think so. This doesn't have ridiculous amounts of space there.
It's got more on the left and right than it does on the top and bottom.
Okay, well, that's wrong. Now, let's talk about headroom in general. I don't think the headroom we have is right. Certainly that's something that can be fixed. I mean, it can be fixed with plot range padding, but I don't think that
By the way, I was just running down the graphic size constraint thing, and the option was implemented for 3D, but it was not remembered to apply it to point 3D box. So it got half done.
Okay.
For 3D.
Okay. What causes me to have headrooms that are wrong? I think the aspect ratio causes a wrong headroom.
I think it's scaled plot range padding. Scaled as a percentage of
there we go.
graphics height.
Just wrong. That's just wrong. Look at that. That's just obviously wrong. right? Do you see that?
Yes,
I mean, I
see
did report this before, and apparently it was ignored. So, what do we do with this, please?
I mean, so
we got to fix it, obviously.
Yes.
But how come this wasn't dealt with? I mean, we did talk about this before.
We have talked about it.
Okay.
And
so
work has been done on it.
Okay.
It's just that,
Yes.
it got to a point, and then it was like, oh wait, here's other places it needs to be done. That.
Why didn't it come back to this meeting then?
Because there aren't questions about it still at this point.
So there is an algorithm.
I mean,
there is
it's not at a
algorithm.
point where I need feedback from you about.
All right. Okay, but so there is an algorithm that is planned.
It.
Is that correct?
Sorry.
There is an algorithm that you think you know here.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. All right. Okay, but this is obviously going into the next version, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any cool new kinds of plots you can show me?
Not that I want to on the pop quiz type thing.
Okay. All right. Okay. Fine. Okay.
So.
Good stuff. All right. Then I think that's it. Thank you all.
Okay.
Talk to you soon.
Talk to you later.
Bye.